Coming to you, pre-recorded in multiple locations. If the Goo Goo Dolls went on tour with Lady Gaga, it would be called the Goo Goo Gaga Tour. I know that joke's really childish, but it's also hella rad. We're your hosts, Andrew and Nathan. Nathan, how you doing? What you drinking?
I'm doing pretty good because I'm drinking some Havana Club Puerto Rican rum for dinner and also drinking Lagunitas IPA. I call it IPA.
IPA, a double IPA.
But yeah, an IPA. So feeling pretty good.
I like that you stated it like that's what your dinner is, just rum.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's what's going to occupy my stomach for the evening. So it's essentially dinner.
I'm having Barrio Lager by Thorn Street, named after Barrio Logan, which is like where their second tasting room is. It's like near the shipping yard area of San Diego.
I thought it was going to be someone's name, and that'd be badass. That's a really good name.
My name is Barrio, and this beer is named after me.
I am Barrio. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah. So let's just get right into our non-sponsors for today. For me, I was walking down the street and saw this on the side of a bus. So it's the Metropolitan Transit Service, and they got a new slogan that says, "Pedestrians don't wear armor." And there's a picture of a bunch of fucking random people wearing like body armor, but it's like car parts. Like they have tires on the sides of their knees. Like it doesn't make any sense. And I'm just like, what struck me as odd was like, why would people, God, I'm having trouble articulating how dumb this is.
It's so stupid that
Exactly. It's just people aren't gonna get deterred from fucking hitting people. Aren't hitting people because they think they're invincible. That was never the driving factor behind why pedestrians get hit. It's not like, oh shit, I didn't realize they'll get killed or severely injured if I run into them. So thanks for pointing that out, MTS. I'm just gonna avoid them now.
it's almost like a smart-ass way of saying it, too. It's like, oh, pedestrians don't have armor, okay? So, like, why should you be hitting them? It's so weird. We'll post a picture, too, so people can see it. We'll post it on the Facebook page and on Twitter. But, yeah, they're basically look like they're intended to be Transformers or some shit, which, to me, sends a really conflicting message because then they look like a car, so they'd be more likely to hit them if they were wearing this armor than if they weren't wearing it. I don't understand what they're going for with this.
If I saw these people on the street, I'd be like, this is some fucking Mad Max Marauders. I better hit them or they're going to rip the shit off my car and turn it into more armor for themselves.
They do look like a blend of Transformers and Mad Max is kind of what they were going for, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's retarded. The notion that, right, like you said, that the one thing keeping us from running people over was like the conception of whether they would die or not. Like, okay, come on, we know. Yeah, we know they're not armored.
Although the campaign would be more effective if they just gave pedestrians this body armor. I mean, the body armor's got fucking car headlights on it. They could just shine that shit and nobody'll hit you at night.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could be like the most obnoxious asshole in the world and beam out high bright lights from your body armor while you're walking around town.
Or given they have tires as on their armor, they just transform into vehicles and then they're no longer pedestrians and then problem solved.
Right. There are no longer pedestrians. We are all now cars. Everyone is now a car. Problem solved.
Yeah, there's no more issues of who gets right of way.
Like, I wish I didn't... Oh, wait, I'm a car. I could just drive there. I was thinking I would have to walk. It's crazy. In this day and age, walking.
So way to go, MTS. Your campaign sucks.
My non-sponsor this week. Well, I did want to just give a quick reminder because I feel like I've been fucking lazy about it. But fuck Gatorade and everything that they stand for. I forgot to mention that a few times. Yeah.
Never forget.
So my bad. Fuck Gatorade. Obviously not a non-sponsor or not a sponsor. And but more specifically, Bose for their shitty, awful line of commercials that have been running lately. And the one specifically that drove me up a fucking wall is this lady. She's on the bus, right? And she's got her Bose headphones on, and it's all set up to make it seem like, oh, we're all the sheep for looking at our phone while we're on the fucking bus. Like, but she's like cultured, and she's like an intellectual because she's listening to her music on her Bose headphones and staring out the window. And then she sees like some
and talking to Siri.
Yeah, she sees like a guy like doing a stunt scene from a movie and some dude chasing a chicken or some crazy shit. And I'm like, okay, well, none of that's ever happened outside of a bus when you were on it. I rode a bus for my entire school career up until like junior year of high school. So I stared out the window the whole time and never saw anything interesting. And fuck you for trying to like make me feel like I'm a sheeple for using a phone, like, because the world of the internet was more interesting than staring at a fucking dirty ass sidewalk on the way home. Like, fuck that commercial. I don't understand. Like, the idea is like, oh, where people can focus out the rest of the world. But then they're trying to like spin it around like we're assholes for focusing out the world by looking at our phones. So which is it? Which is it? You know, fucking. So fuck Bose, you know.
I like that her takeaway from seeing the part where the motorcycle, like, the motorcycle stunt crashes into the banana cart. She was just like, oh, I should get bananas. It's like, really, bitch? That's it? That's all?
Yeah, I forgot they integrated it into an Alexa commercial, too. Oh, yeah, Alexa, remind me to get a fucking banana because I saw a guy drive a motorcycle through a cart of bananas. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I never use that like Siri and Alexa shit and all that, but it makes me wonder like what if she's on the bus like talking to it like, Alexa, remind me to buy a banana. What's stopping somebody from just being like yelling at her into her microphone like, Alexa, delete all my contacts, and just like fucking with people's phone?
Yeah, they have that joke where people be streaming, and if somebody's like on a Skype call, somebody can activate their Alexa by doing it like if the sound is audible in their room, and you can like activate Alexa and make her play a song or something. I don't know. It's a weird world we live in.
We got John McAfee running for president and Alexa fucking running rampant. What's going on these days?
Yeah, well, McAfee, I don't have as much a problem with him as I do with Alexa. But I'm voting McAfee 2020 anyway. So, but I did want to kind of expand a little bit on just the shitty commercial thing, because I heard one on the radio driving home, and it was so weird, and I just had to like bring it here, and I just wanted to get your opinion on it. So this one I'm actually gonna play because it totally works on an audio level. So here, let's listen to it real quick, and I want to hear your thoughts on it.
The antioxidants in Welch's Concord grape juice aren't just antioxidant. No, they hate oxidants. Welch's antioxidants track down those nasty oxidants, find their leader, and beat it to a sniveling oxidant pulp. So they know who's boss. The world's toughest antioxidants. Welch's. Tough as grapes.
So they're making grapes. Yeah.
My first thought is grapes aren't tough, so why is that your tagline? Tough is a really soft fruit that has no pit, so you can chew on it or step on it with no consequences. You don't even have to peel it.
Did you happen to get the message that they have antioxidants in their juice by chance? They only said it about 50 fucking thousand times. Like, okay, I get it.
Why didn't you fucking tell us this 30 years ago? in your fucking commercials. Why are you making it a point now? They're like, how do we reinvent ourselves without doing anything? Well, what's in grapes?
I don't get it. Like, why? Why did they decide to take this direction? Like, it's like making grape juice badass and super cool. Like, we're gonna smash the fuck out of those oxidants. Like, and it's so like misleading too. Like, they're trying to make it seem like, oh, you got AIDS? Well, why don't you just drink some of the fucking grape juice here, smash that shit right out till next week. You know, just fucking buy yourself some more time, drink some grape juice, and delay death inevitably. Because get rid of all the antioxidants.
Here's my theory on how this whole ad campaign came about. They fired the guy from I think it was Allstate that did those Mayhem commercials. And then he got hired by fucking Welch's after like being unemployed for a couple of years. And he's just like a fucking one-trick pony. So he's like, I'm just going to do the same thing, but for Welch's grapes.
Yeah, the smug like, all right, listen, you want to know about tough, buddy? Let me tell you about tough. Let me tell you about unfortunate situations having to have oxidants. Well, guess what? We'll fucking smash those oxidants with our fucking grape juice. So why don't you just get some? Why don't you just get some now? Like, it's so aggressive. It's weird. For grape juice.
They should have just shown a dude with like a handful of grapes, and to juice them, he just like smashes them into his face and chews them. And then like comes up and then says the tag like, toughest grapes.
That would have been a little better. Could have dealt with less of the dialogue beating me over the head with like, antioxidants, they punch the antioxidants, we're the number one antioxidants. What do you think about the antioxidants? We're the number one. We'll just smash all the oxidants. Like a little much.
Welch's, reach out to our people. If this is your bar, we can do much better.
Yeah, allow us to assist in producing your commercials.
Yes, you need the hella rad touch.
Like, I get what they're trying to do, but it just didn't do it. It just didn't get it.
You really missed the mark there, buddy.
Yeah. So I hate to say it, but bad job. You did a real bad job on that one.
So today's episode, we're gonna get into another things you wish existed, and this time it's gonna be ghosts in honor of Spooktober. We got some 4-wheel frustrations to get out of our systems, but before we get into any of that, in honor of Halloween, we just gonna do some Halloween topics. Nathan, take us away.
Take me away to Halloween. It's not really Halloween. They're very spooky what I'm doing right now, but okay. Anyways, the thing I wanted to address specifically is just how Halloween movies suck pretty much across the board. They're all shitty, and why not dig into the one that's literally called Halloween? That movie fucking sucks, and I know. It's easy to like get confused as to which one you're talking about, but every like asshole will be like, "Oh yeah, I know, there's like, but the original Halloween, no, that's a classic." And I'm like, "Is it? Is it a classic? Have you watched it recently? It's not a very good movie." Like, okay, I get it. Like, it's basically all this shitty stuff from all the sequels. It's just where it started. Nothing changed. It's not like it went from being good to being bad. It's just that it was bad the whole time.
I'm going to look this up. How many Halloween movies were there?
I think they're like closing in on 6. Something like that. But
I like how the Google search results are really fucking quick. Like 11.
What?
Oh my fucking god. 11 of these fucking movies. Let's see if I can get all Halloween films in order. We have Halloween 1978, Halloween 2 1981. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Holy shit. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. I thought like there was like 3 of these. I didn't realize they were fucking just as prolific as like Jason.
Yeah, I thought there was 6. You're telling me there's like double. I'm astonished.
Yeah. The only one I knew growing up was like I think I'm hoping it's on the list, so I'm not wrong. But it's like Halloween H2O, and I'm like, what the fuck is the point of that title? Halloween water. He's Jason now. He got drowned in a lake or something. So we were on Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers. Halloween 5, 1989. They're pumping these out like every fucking other year. We had a gap. This one's just Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. I mean, come on. Why break the fucking numbering here?
Yeah, that is a crime. Like, okay, they were doing a pretty good job of numbering them up till that point, it seems like, right? Like, that's where they fell off the map.
And then Halloween H2O 20 years later. Maybe it's supposed to be Halloween H20, like you just refer to it as H20. Dumb either way. Then we got 2002 Halloween Resurrection. That's always a good fucking word to use when you make fucking a million sequels.
Yeah, to be fair, it should be like Resurrection number 9 by that time. Like, we've resurrected the franchise for the 9th time. Yeah.
Then we've just got Halloween 2007. Like, they're like, let's just fucking start over for the 3rd time. Then Halloween 2, but this time it's spelled with Roman numerals, so technically it's a different movie.
Well, because they just had Halloween again, this recent one.
Yes, and now I'm seeing they just did fucking Halloween, just another Halloween. They're like, this rebooting's not going well. Let's just reboot again.
Well, the thing that annoys me on this one is, clearly I'm not going to watch it, but everybody's like, oh, dude, this was like the best Halloween movie ever. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's better than a shitty movie. Good job. Congratulations.
So it's a 2 out of 10 instead of a 1 out of 10?
Yeah, brilliant. Let me guess, he walks around, nobody can kill him, and then he murders people. Okay. Got a lot of drama wrapped up in that movie. I wonder what's going to happen.
Why not just, like, tie a rope above a fucking industrial grinder and just hang out on the rope until he tries to come after you and climb the rope to get to you, and then you just cut the fucking rope below you. That
would be a great lead-in to Halloween 2018 2 in 2019. There's got to be a way we can confuse the numbering scheme even more. So it'd be the Halloween 2018, but version 2 that comes out in 2019. And then it'll have that scene in it.
I'm saying Halloween CO2. Halloween carbon monoxide. He just fucking takes the batteries out of people's carbon monoxide detectors and fucking gases their houses. The silent killer.
It'd be way more interesting than what they're doing now. So yeah, it's just, and again, that's just like one little example of the whole scope of all Halloween movies that suck. And obviously it's like all the horror ones are very similar in the sense that they rehash and redo the same fucking bullshit over and over.
Isn't Jason like the same fucking thing, just a different mask?
Yeah, the background's a little different, where Jason had some wacky, crazy mom or something, but Michael Myers just it was literally no reason. So that's the difference, is that one has there's completely no reason, and then one where they tried to inform the backstory ever so slightly.
I feel like when they did Jason, I think it was like Jason X, Jason in Space, there was like no going back from that.
Now, I like that kind of movie. Like Freddy versus Jason. Now, those are the Halloween movies, or horror movies. I don't even think it's specific to Halloween at that point, but those are the ones I get behind because they're so over the top. They're like, okay, they're very self-aware.
How many Friday the 13th movies do you think there were?
Oh, God. 8? I don't know.
Like 12.
12. Ugh.
Some of them were, one of them was a crossover with, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. Wait, no, Freddy Krueger is Nightmare. Oh, wait. Shit, now I'm getting him confused.
Yeah, Jason
Friday the 13th.
Is Jason, and then Nightmare on Elm Street is the Krueger.
Yeah, big difference. He killed teenage kids, right?
Yeah.
Wait, which one was it again? He killed teenagers? I mean, it's easy to shit on him, but I think the worst part is that they're like by far the cheapest and easiest movies to make. So thus we get 12 of this, 10 of these, 8 of these. It's our own fault for continuing to go see them. So my plea to society is to please fucking stop watching these awful fucking Halloween movies. Just the slasher horror genre in general. Please stop. Please. I'm begging now. I'm begging. Please don't watch these movies anymore. Stop giving them money.
Never gonna happen.
Well, the problem is that even if they stop making money, it's so cheap to make a fucking horror movie that you could still make them even without income. So they'll never stop.
Yeah. Shitty costumes, bad actors, and you just fucking do everything at night with poor lighting, and the fucking killer just strolls around and happens to keep pace with whatever idiot he's chasing.
Yeah, Michael Myers is the worst one because he's like, sometimes they don't even show him walking or anything. He's just standing there now. You're like, okay. All right, he's a real athletic guy. Yeah. Okay.
They should do one where they have the killer. It's like the same type of like Jason or Michael Myers character, but he has a gun, and so he's just way more lethal.
He's got a precision snipe shot. He's really good at headshotting people from a distance.
Yeah, like there's no terror. It's just like people just fucking getting killed.
Yeah, no jump scares in this movie. It's just clean headshot kills. Yeah, look at those brains. Yeah.
That's what the kids like these days. No 360 no-scope headshots.
Yeah, this one was inspired. This specific sequel is inspired by the Fortnite game. No. Halloween plus Fortnite equals bad podcasting. I'm sorry. What was I thinking? Oh, anyways. It's still not as bad as the actual movies that they're putting out. That idea that I just had is still not as bad as the actual movies being produced.
Yes, I agree. And on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Yaboo.
From the mind of Stan Lee comes...
Stanley who?
Stan Lee.
You mean Stanley Kubrick?
No, Stan Lee. From the mind of...
Stanley Tucci?
Stan Lee.
Stanley Hudson from the American version of The Office?
Stan Lee. From the mind of...
Stanley Yelnats from the book Holes?
No.
It's a palindrome, you know.
No, Stan Lee.
My neighbor Stanley?
No, Stan Lee. From the mind of Stan Lee.
My sister's husband's boss, Stanley Stanielson?
Stan Lee. From the mind of Stan...
Are you Stanley?
No, Stan Lee. Stan Lee. From the mind of Stan Lee.
Stanny Bonaducci?
No, Stan Lee. From the mind of Stan...
Oh, the comic book guy? Stanley?
No, Stan Lee.
Are you saying there's a stampede?
No, Stan Lee. Stan Lee. From the mind of...
Howdy! Are you a hardened chicken farmer ready to explode? Looking for some relief while moving your cock around? Well, look no more! Chicken Ship Industries' new cock-sucking technology is ready to release that burdensome load from their day. Meaning, you no longer have to worry about doing those laborious hand maneuvering jobs on all those cocks. So, while you lay back and rub out another hard-working day, let me blow you away with these world-class cocksuckers. Our cocksucking holes are always soft and lubricated so your cock never gets scraped up while sucking. Not to mention, our cocksuckers are extremely efficient and we guarantee your satisfaction with every cock sucked. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's always some sort of tie-in when it comes to something as pleasing as getting your cock stuck instead of hand-tossed. There's not. We've been sucking cocks for decades, and after this long, we haven't found a cock we couldn't suck. If there's a blockage while we're sucking your cocks, also known as a cockwad in the business, we use a combination of blowing and sucking to eject that cockwad, leaving you satisfied and without worry. But wait, isn't sucking and blowing the same thing? The answer's no. It may look similar, but to that cock, it's two completely different sensations that'll keep him happy on his way to the cum vat, better known as the cumulative ultra mass of cocks vat, where all of your cocks are stored during travel. So sit back, slide those knickers off, and grab an ice-cold frostbite beer while you get those cocks sucked. Prices may vary.
Yaboo. And we're back from that exciting commercial break. We're just going to roll right into our next segment, which is Things You Wish Existed, ? Spooktober edition. This episode, we're going to talk about ghosts and whether or not it's a good idea if they existed or do they already exist. I mean, according to ghost shows, they fucking are real. But I find those things to be the biggest crock of shit ever. It's like, fucking, they just turn off all the lights in the house and then make up noises randomly. It's like fucking they hear like a rock fall outside or like some weird static in their microphone. Oh, you hear that? That's a ghost.
I love the static stuff too. It's like they're like, did you hear that amplification of frequency modulation? That's a telltale sign of a ghost. Did you hear it? The way that the static was louder right there in that part of the room. It's such bullshit. I do give them credit for maintaining like their own like version of the reality throughout like seasons, right? Seasons of these fucking shows where it's literally based on something that doesn't exist, yet they can produce like enough content to just continue like fucking making them over and over again.
Could you imagine like if they did exist and it was like well known and say the government like knew, so it's like they can still keep track of your ghost like after you die. So you got like debt and then they're just like hey, you didn't pay all these bills. I know you don't need to eat or sleep, so you probably need to get one of them ghost jobs. And yeah, MasterCard's waiting, buddy. Still getting interest on that.
They change all those laws about like how the debt gets dispersed after death. They're like, oh no, it's still yours because you gotta work it off in ghost jail. Or I mean, no, they wouldn't put you in ghost jail. You'd just be
ghost jail.
You'd just be in trouble with the ghost IRS, but it's basically ghost jail. You're in indentured servitude, basically working the rest of your like purgatory ghost life because you fucking forgot. You didn't take care of your finances where you were alive, so you fucked yourself as a ghost.
All you gotta do is make more money than like your minimum payments because like you don't have any real expenses as a ghost, right?
Yeah, but how much money are you going to get for doing ghost jobs? Like, they're not that great. They're not going to yield you that much profit. Like, who's going to pay you that much to do a ghost job?
If you have a ghost degree from Ghost College, you probably make more money, all right?
Yeah, right. It's a whole, like, you have to fucking... You're like, I'm getting financial assistance to go to Ghost College. Subsidized by the ghost government. Turns out the ghost world is just as shitty as ours.
I'm majoring in boology with a minor in scareology. Oh. It's like, those aren't real degrees, idiot.
Those are art degrees, if I remember correctly, and you ain't gonna make shit in the ghost economy with that.
Is that an online ghost school, you fucking loser?
University of Ghost Phoenix. No, the Ghost University of Phoenix.
There's both, all right? There's room for both of those ghost universities, too.
Yeah, there's the Ghost University of Phoenix and the University of Phoenix Ghost. They offer similar services, but I don't know. It's kind of like your taste, whether which one's better or not. I can't objectively say whether one's better than the other. Okay, so if ghosts really existed, this is my thought on it. I think it would be exciting. I think it would be great because you hate to think when you're living in the world like there's really nothing left or there's nothing to work to, like we're all just gonna die. But if there were ghosts, it'd be kind of interesting, right? You're like, well, there's this whole like other aspect of life that I'll never experience until I die, and then when I do, it'll be ghost world, you know.
How do you feel about ghost-human relationships?
I'm not a fan at all. I'm not even okay with the little sex doll shops. Like that they like if you want a sex doll, just get it and keep it in your house. We don't need like a public place where you can go fuck a fucking sex doll. So to me, it's like that's already bad enough. And you know, if that there was some sort of like link between the real world and the ghost world, there'd be fucking involved, or they would try to, because that's what people try to do at all times.
There's a flaw though in your thinking here. What if one of them was married to the other one before they died? Like, so the person died and then they become a ghost and then they just stay with their living spouse.
That's their choice, because it's till death do you part. So it's you can leave once you're done.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that.
It's very specifically worded for that purpose, Andrew. Make no mistake. That's why they put that in there.
It's almost like our current laws incorporate ghosts as if they already exist.
Our laws are ghost proof. If that's not proof enough for ghosts, I don't know what is. Like, I don't need to see the ghosts. I just need to know that all of our laws accommodate the ghost world. I know that it's enough. Conclusively prove that there are ghosts. But I like the idea that like a ghost could potentially interfere or like change the course of the world we live in, you know, that like whether or not they can physically touch you, they do still have the ability to influence the world. I like that idea. It's like, because then you're like, there could be like a prankster ghost crew. They're always pranking people and nobody could ever figure it out, right? You're like, oh, you remember that time that crazy thing happened? You're like, yeah. You ever wonder how that happened? Maybe it was ghosts. Maybe. I don't know.
Where do the ghosts live? Like, do they have to, like, I guess, like, can they just be, like, walk around randomly, like, homeless people? Or do they have to... I guess it all depends on our ability to see them.
Well, do they need to sleep? Do they really need shelter? Like,
yeah.
They don't have, like, to my knowledge, you know, my limited knowledge of ghosts is that they don't have, like, the basic necessities that we do of, like, food, water, shelter, sleep. Although I bet that some of them wish that they could sleep after, like, spending countless millennia just, like, observing. Like, you know, it'd be nice to just take, like, 1,000-year nap, see what's happening later, because watching it day by day is pretty dry. This is not a very interesting show.
They probably just congregate around televisions that are turned on.
Yeah, the ghosts, they're more interested in TV, just like us. They're just watching TV with us.
Yeah, if you can't interact with, like, a keyboard or a mouse or anything, like, TV's your best option.
They just have to hope that they're hovering over somebody that's browsing the kind of stuff that they're into on the internet. I hope this guy likes the subreddits that I used to like. Ah, so close. He doesn't like Rami memes? Fuck.
I wonder, like, here's a thought, like, they can't have sex anymore. Like, so, like, if all the sex drive is gone for ghosts, like, does that... They probably wouldn't do any, like, perverted shit, like watching people, like, have sex or masturbate. So, like, it's like looking at porn after you've finished. You're just like, yeah, I don't need to be looking at this, like, right?
It'd be more like a sideshow for them, right? They'd be like not interested in the beautiful people fucking. They'd be like, so let's find like the shortest woman and the tallest man, or vice versa. Like, what's the wackiest thing that we can all get around with our ghost buddies and have a nice laugh at? Something like that, I guess. But I don't know. Is it entirely true that they're not sexualized? Because I remember in Ghostbusters, he had a daydream and the ghost was giving him a blowjob. That was in Ghostbusters, the original movie, where you got a blowjob from a ghost.
I don't remember that.
But actually, come to think of it, it actually was his daydream of getting a blowjob from a ghost. So it didn't actually happen. Never mind. I wish I hadn't have said that. I feel like a fool.
I just want to say the phrase "ghost bustin' nuts." Let's move on to our final topic of discussion for the night: four-wheel frustration.
Hey, fuck you, buddy. Yeah, man. Fuck you.
Four-wheel frustrations.
Yeah. I personally think this shit is scarier. What I'm about to talk about is scarier than any fucking Halloween movie, any ghost story. Is getting in an accident and having to fight your way to the truth and literally deal with some of the most fucking like douchebag lying assholes of all time. Like, anytime they could be like the nicest person in the world in any other respect of life, but you get in an accident and then they become a lying douchebag.
I thought you were going to talk about DMV cage fighting, and I was getting really excited, but go on.
We'll talk about that off air. Yeah, so, and this is really more inspired. So I was in an accident, and just to give context of what happened, I was getting on an interstate on-ramp, and the car in front of me stopped on an on-ramp. So I stopped behind him, which is dumb. They stopped, but regardless, you should be able to stop and give yourself enough space. Person behind me didn't, and hit me in the back, and that caused me to hit the person in front of me. That, again, stopped on the fucking on-ramp. But nonetheless, so I was sandwiched in between two cars, and where my point behind this is, like, even though I was sandwiched between two cars, clearly not at fault in any way, I was still really nervous through the whole ordeal of it. Like, I know this is going to be a problem. Like, this is going to suck. They're going to fucking lie. I'm going to have to fucking, like, make countless numbers of calls, give my testimony about what happened, or something that seems so fucking simple and open and shut case. But without fail, every time I've been in an accident, every person has lied their ass off, like, to the extreme example. Oh, do you have that experience, Andrew? Or
I've only been in like 2 situations where I had to give out the information, and it was all like so minor.
Well, the one that drives me nuts that was minor. I hit this. I should. Okay, so there's 2 sides to every story, right? So this lady was parked in the fucking red zone, where the right lane kind of like comes out and becomes a full lane. But they're parked in the red zone, so it's not a lot of space. They should have been parked further up where it wasn't a red zone. Nonetheless, I shouldn't have hit their fucking side view mirrors. What happened? I hit the side view mirror. It came off the car. I pull over, and we're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, that happened." She's like, "Oh, okay." This lady. So we exchange information, and the next day, I get the call from the adjuster, like, "Yeah, so the person you were involved with the accident with yesterday, they're claiming that their spinal cord is severed and they're now paralyzed, and they're gonna die. They're for sure gonna die." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Are you kidding me?" Like, obviously that's an extreme example, but that's what I felt like he was telling me when they were claiming that they had injury from being in a parked car and having their fucking side view mirror knocked off. Again, obviously it shouldn't have happened. My bad. I admit that. I hit it fucking off. Okay, I'll take responsibility for that. People don't fucking take responsibility. I think it's part of the problem. I was willing to take that responsibility, and they still were trying to abuse the system, like claiming that they had back pain. I'm like, the car didn't fucking move. Your mirror just got knocked off.
It was PTSD induced back pain, all right? Don't you understand? It's that simple.
I don't. Yeah, I don't understand. But yeah, this recent accident I had, it was just, and this time I was not at fault, and I was super nervous. So it's just, that's one of my biggest frustrations, like dealing with, you drive a car, you're going to be in an accident. Statistically, you will be in an accident at some point in your life. Take accountability for your actions and hold other people accountable for their actions. Fucking call, here, PSA mode. If you're in an accident, young people, or anybody that's not familiar with this situation, fucking make sure you get a police report. Because the people you were involved with the accident will fucking lie their asses off to try to get more money and to not pay more money themselves. So bear that in mind and always get an official police report. But anyways, so that's where I'm frustrated with. Maybe you don't share as much of the frustration, but anybody that has been in, like, unfortunately, a handful of accidents, more than just a couple, or anything that was a little more involved like a total loss kind of vehicle situation, probably knows what I'm talking about.
So there was a person ahead of you getting on the on-ramp. They stopped for fucking no apparent reason. You hit them, and then... No, you didn't hit them. Then you stopped, then the person coming up behind you just fucking smashed into you, and then made you go into that guy.
What you're getting at kind of is funny because that was the guy's story. When he came at me about hitting his fucking car because I got smashed in the back, he's like, "What'd you hit me?" I'm like, "Why'd you stop on the on-ramp?" That was like the first thing I told him. And then secondly, he's like, he already was trying to establish that I hit him first. And I was like, no. He's like, "I felt 2 hits." And I'm like, this asshole is already starting with the bullshit. Like, I'm barely out of my smoking car that got smashed in between 2 other cars. And I'm already having to deal with the bullshit I'm complaining about. Like, it drives me nuts. So, and then the other inspiring part of this accident specifically is the guy behind me. It's this young dude that hit me, and he's with his dad. And then, when my tow truck driver shows up to get me loaded up and off because it's not drivable. It's fucked up. The car ends up being a total loss. The guy I overhear the dad of this guy that hit me asking my tow truck driver if it's okay to, like, just relinquish ownership of the car on the side of the highway, and that'll be that, and he doesn't have to pay, like, extra tow fees. I'm like, oh great, this is gonna be a great experience. I got the guy coming at me with the rage, already telling me a story that's not true, that I just experienced the accident. I know what happened, and he's already lying to me. And then I got the guy in the back that's like, "Can we just ditch the car and, like, get the fuck out of here?" I'm like, this is not gonna go well. This is not gonna go well at all. So that's fun. So that it just brought to mind. I wanted to bring it up on the podcast because it's something that I feel like a lot of people can relate to, and I feel like a lot of people have had a similar situation where it's just a total nightmare. And fuck all the people that lie. Like, take accountability for your actions. This is wrong with the fucking country. Like, you did it. You fucked up. You shouldn't have stopped on the on-ramp. The person behind me shouldn't have hit me. Yet, in the midst of it, I'm the one that's like, I guess I'm the guy that's got to sort out all this bullshit.
Yeah, you did. You're the only one that did nothing wrong, if you think about it. Like, you're the only one that stopped at the right time, like, and didn't stop for no fucking reason.
Yeah, the guy was claiming, he was like, there was a car in front of me that stopped. I'm like, well, that's news to me. Because you're the car in front of me that stopped.
That's not what I saw, motherfucker.
Oh, it's still dealing with it. Obviously, that stuff takes some time, but
yeah, the rage is still there. I was in a car with ex-girlfriend, like, years ago, and we were pulling out of the parking lot in Target, and this guy, she was driving, and there's this guy, like, driving perpendicular to us. But he's, like, right up against the back of the car, so there's really no way to see him coming. So she pulls out, and he just, like, kind of crunches into her taillight, and we kind of pull apart. And she starts exchanging information with him, and he's just like, I'm from Canada. This is a rental car. I'm not. You don't need my information. Just get the rental car like information, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me, man? Like, you are still responsible for what happened here. Like, you were the one that caused the accident to some degree. So you can't just like try to take yourself out of the equation. It's like the same shit that you're saying with a guy, just like, I'm gonna ditch the car.
Yeah. I like it. And that's it's an inspiring first reaction from somebody you're in an accident with, is like total dismissal of like any fault at all. You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is going to be great, especially in a rental car situation. And you know he didn't get the ultimate protection package. And the fact that he's a Canadian citizen, you're like, okay, so his insurance, he probably doesn't have fucking auto insurance or whatever it is. I don't know what the rules are there.
It was basically like starting out where he's like, yeah, just call fucking like Hertz Rent-A-Car. Like, you don't need like my information. And it's like, no, that's fucking clearly not enough.
Imagine how that call would go when you did call him. You're like, hey,
somebody rented your car and got in an accident with me. You're like, who? I don't know.
Yeah, he hit me in a car that he rented from your company. Like, all right, well, I'd love to help you, sir, so I'd need a little bit more information. So what was the make, model, and the license plate number of the car that he was driving? You're like, well, I got some pictures here. But yeah, that you would embark on a long journey of nothing. Nothing would happen at the end of it. You would get fucked. Your premiums would go up. You'd have to pay for the damages. You're paying out your deductible. How did that end up? How did that story end, anyways?
I don't know.
You're like, she's an ex-girlfriend. Did you not hear that part?
Yeah. It was long distance, so I didn't deal with like her day-to-day problems. It was just like talk on the phone every 2 weeks. So
is that why you guys broke up? Because of the accident?
Yeah. Are we doing a fucking dating advice or like dating history segment now?
Well, you could tell a lot about a person on how they react to an accident. That's all I'm saying. It might have been like an eye-opening experience for you.
I had some old lady rear-end me at a stoplight. For some reason, I've been pausing a lot lately on stop sign versus stop light. Like, for some reason, I really have to visualize in my head if it was a light or a sign. Like, it's just not.
I think that's an early indicator of Alzheimer's, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And then you cue the fucking sad music. But what was I talking about anyways?
Old lady was giving you a rim job, and
yeah,
you were enjoying.
She was giving me the old rear end. The old lady was giving me the old rear end.
But yeah, you got rear-ended by an old lady.
Yeah, I'm just sitting at the stoplight, and she's, if I remember correctly, she stopped already too, but then creeps forward and bumps into my bumper, and I'm looking at her in the rear view the whole time. So she starts like getting mad at herself in the car, and we're in a turning lane, so we both go to turn, and I'm going to turn into the nearest parking lot for like a grocery store, and I see she's not gonna do it. Like, she stays in the lane, and I immediately like have to swerve back in front of her and like put the blinker on and like point at her, and she gets the picture.
No old lady. Fuck no, you ain't kidding.
Yeah. And she just it's not like a bad story. She just goes into the parking lot, denies the whole thing, like, oh, sorry, I didn't like realize I bumped into you. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I fucking watched you the whole time in the rear view.
Did she offer you a Werther's original?
Yeah, if she did, that would have made things a whole lot smoother.
Why? Can we just go? Here's a little Werther's here. You just go square.
Do you want a butterscotch candy, young man?
I always have a nice Werther's originally in my pocket for this kinds of situations.
But yeah, I looked at my car. It was like really, really minor, like stuff on the license plate, and I'm just like, it's fine. Just go. She's like, oh, thank you so much.
It's such a nightmare to deal with the insurance and them lying that you're just like, fuck it.
It wasn't worth it. Yeah. It's literally all the denting was behind the plate, so it was not a big deal.
Well, it just goes to show you, anytime you're out there on the highway, just carry Werther's Original with you.
Accidents suck. I need a Faberge Egg update to give me that pickup I so desperately want in my life.
What's up, everybody? It's a Faberge Egg update, Halloween special edition. The scary thing is that there haven't been any Faberge eggs found since the last update. And as a reminder to anybody that's uninitiated, this update is about the possible 50 jeweled imperial eggs that do exist. Only 43 of them are confirmed or have been found. So I speculate that more will be found, and I'll let you know when it does happen. So always stay tuned for Faberge Egg update on every episode of Hella Rad and FabergeEggUpdate.com, which will be your most immediate source of Faberge Egg update news. Obviously, this podcast is done in episodic form, so I'm not able to give breaking news updates, but that's why I have the website. And yeah, not really much of an update this week because nothing was found. And yeah, TBD on that. I do hope to be the next person to find a Faberge egg. And again, I'm going to get the GoFundMe page up. Don't worry about it. I hear all the complaints about it not being up. Shut up. I'll get it up. Don't worry. I will eventually let you give me your money. Just give me some time. I'm working through some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah.
The process.
What's your favorite Faberge egg, Andrew?
The imperial jeweled eggs are that's a variety, right?
How many times have you
answer my questions?
How much information have I given you over the course of 12 episodes? And that's what you fucking say when I ask you what your favorite Faberge egg is you ask me if imperial Faberge eggs are a type of. Are you fucking kidding me? You're kidding me right now, right?
Give me enough time to look at the website so I can remember.
No, it's the moment's
gone.
The fact that you don't know already, you don't even have a favorite. Just, anyways, all right. Well, the people that skip ahead and get straight to the Faberge egg update every week,
hey,
I do appreciate you people, and I'll continue to do the good work for you people every week. Excuse me, every episode.
Hey, Lilies of the Valley. Lilies of the Valley egg is my favorite, all right?
But why?
The ornate pearls on it are the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
It's okay if you don't like Faberge eggs, Andrew. It's fine. You don't have to pretend that you do. Because everybody else does. So
yeah, that's true.
You're the odd man
That's
out.
why people tune in. I'm just the annoying sidekick that brings up all this stuff instead of getting right to Faberge eggs for the entire podcast.
But all joking aside, I do aim to actually have a GoFundMe up. Because, I mean, if people are willing to fund me going looking for an egg, I'll fucking do it. I just guarantee I will. I will do it. So that's my promise to our listening public and the Fab Eggers throughout the world.
All right. You want to play us out, Keyboard Cat?
Yeah. So FabergeEggUpdate.com is actually the best resource for all of the links to our social media for Hella Rad. You can find us on Facebook and on Twitter, SoundCloud, and if you do like our podcast and you enjoy it, I do implore you to please subscribe on Apple Podcasts or leave a rating or anything that would help increase our exposure. Because the end game is to not work a real job and to do this. So if you like it, help us get there, and we'll be making way more podcasts if we get paid to do it. So Thank you for listening.
Yabu.
When my toe tuck.
What?
Well, the one.
What?